introduce you to my mom, called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Ma?
Everything's good, baby.
Janice Combs, the mother of disgraced music mogul Puff Daddy, has come to his defense. She is speaking out after all the allegations that have been circling around about her son, P. Diddy. In a statement that was issued through her attorneys, she writes the following. Mrs. Combs has made the following statement. I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth but for the narrative created out of lies. To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he had the opportunity to prove his innocence is pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court to finally share his side and prove his innocence. I am not here to portray my son as perfect because he is not. He has made mistakes in the past, as we all have. My son may not have been entirely truthful about certain things, such as denying he has ever gotten violent with an ex girlfriend when the hotel surveillance showed otherwise. Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt. It is important to recognize that none of us, regardless of our status, are immune to fear or mistakes. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals were wrongfully convicted and later exonerated, had their freedoms taken from them, not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what this society considered to be a good person. History has shown us how individuals can be wrongfully convicted due to their past actions or mistakes. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before my eyes is something I can never forget. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions without ever hearing his side of or affording him the opportunity to present his side. These lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. These individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit, so they believe they can receive a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. So she goes on to say a lot more, but I just basically gave you the gist of what she said there, basically on her statement there. Basically, what she's asking now is for friends and colleagues and the public not to judge her son before he's actually prosecuted in a court of law. And I can't say I blame her. I mean, I understand where she's coming from as a mother. I'm not a mother, but I understand that obviously, your maternal instinct is to defend your son. I mean, I think she is correct in the sense that we are, I guess, all kind of biased because of the videotape that we saw of what happened between him and his ex-girlfriends. So that did give us a bad taste in our mouth. And also, there's been rumors, over the years that Puff Daddy has done numerous things to many people, but he's gotten away with it, right? So I think more than anything, I do agree with his mother in the sense that we are a bit biased by what we've seen on the videotape that happened at the hotel, and she is right that just because he may be guilty of one thing doesn't mean that he's actually guilty of another thing too. And she is right that there are people that when you have money, that will say anything to get your money. And I definitely believe that there's been a lot of new allegations that came up about Diddy recently. Over 3,000 accusers apparently, and they've narrowed it down to over 120. I believe that because the DA has opened this line and said, hey, if anybody has any accusations or believes Diddy has done anything to them, that kind of leads opens a door to people that are, as his mother said, looking for a quick payday. So I do agree with what she's saying, and I also understand that she is biased because she is his mother. But I mean, we do know that at least for one thing, he is guilty of what he did to his ex girlfriend, but he's not in prison right now for that. So in jail right now for that. So we have to at least, as the mother says, give him some grace that basically that maybe he may be held guilty for what he did for Cassie Ventura, but we don't know for sure that he's guilty for the other stuff. Anyway, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you think. Should is Puff Daddy's mom right? Should we give him a break? Should we not prosecute him before we know all the details until he gets his side of the story? You let me know below. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bye.